All right, we are live on Twitch, and we'll to give a couple of minutes for people to go ahead and come on in, and we will get started. As always, please remember to type your questions or any responses into the chat so we can both have them for a later date, and also be able to get back to you if we are not able to get to your question during this meeting. So yes, please use the text chat. Kiloa, I see you're very excited for the product meetup. I love the enthusiasm. Jumping for joy over there. All right, there we go. All right, everybody, welcome to the product meetup. We're going to go ahead and start out as we usually do with the introduction of the Wookiees. Wally, would you please go ahead and start us off?
Sure thing. I am Wally, your friendly neighborhood customer support representative, here to answer tickets and questions and ban trolls and make sure everybody's having a good time.
Awesome. Daisy?
I'm Daisy, and I'm helping with marketing, Sansar Studios, and support.
Awesome. I'm Lacey, community manager, doer of many things, wearer of many hats. You know me. Would you like to go next, Sean?
Sure. I'm Sean. I'm on the engineering team.
Yes, very thankful for Sean. And Alex?
Hey, I'm Alex. I'm on the product team. I help figure out what we're doing.
Hey, you know what? That's a great short and sweet answer. So, a couple of things before we get into the nitty gritty of the questions and answers. We've got some really cool events happening and coming up. As you guys have probably seen, we have 4 days of ADE, Amsterdam Dance Event. And there's some really cool kind of like panels and videos that are going on in there. And, you know, this is just the start of some really cool stuff that's going to be happening. We also have the Gala de la Lune V2 happening on October 30th, which will then be followed by a really cool concert, I believe, of Mousetrap label. So that'll be really awesome to see. That day is going to be very busy. There's also a couple of other events happening that day, and there may be a Sansar Top 5 if I'm not mistaken. You'll see very soon. And there's some really great community events coming up as well. Alga Raving, the Universe concert, Firegoat's birthday jam, the Scarefest's happening this weekend, and there's even a Halloween house makeover contest, as well as several Halloween concerts. So things are going great, things are busy, and I hope to see you all there for that. Additionally, we have a little bit of an update to the Comets and Ambassadors program that I'm really excited to share with y'all. Let me go ahead and pull up some of those notes. So, you know, I'm really excited to announce some pretty major changes, updates, and improvements surrounding the Comets program. So we listened to the feedback that was given about the Comets program previously from the first round, and we determined what worked and what did not work, as well for everyone involved. And so for the next iteration of the program, we're keeping the parts of the program that not only work best for Sansar, but what was also enjoyed and appreciated from both the prior members and the community as a whole. Other platforms have similar helper programs, and we believe that this addition to the program will help grow Sansar tremendously. And so the Ambassadors Program's purpose is to help promote and empower both the community and its events, not just the Ambassadors Program itself. So the program will aim to help, teach new users some limited moderation ability for the more veteran members, encouraging new users' growth in events, and overall showing that Sansar is a great place to be. So due to the fact that the program is being almost nearly reimagined, we also believe it's only fitting to give it a new name to reflect the new program's values and purpose, and I'm very excited to announce to you and welcome the Sansar Ambassadors Program. There'll be more information posted on this, probably sometime tomorrow, and you guys can get a little bit of more of a full write-up. There's some really cool stuff happening with it. I introduced it to the existing Comets the other day, and so far things are looking good, so I'm also hoping that you guys will enjoy it as well. We'll open applications soon as well. So, that's a lot of stuff. I've been talking for a while. I'm going to hand it over if we want to talk about the new updates that we've had to the client, as you guys have probably seen, some really cool updates. Alex or
So are you handling that too?
Awesome.
either of y'all.
Sure, I can go. Yeah, so we've pushed out some updates over the last couple days. So with the last update, we did the filming mode. We released 2 updates ago, or 2.5 updates ago, and so with the last update, we did a bunch of improvements to the filming mode, especially around the controller to make it so you can use like a gamepad controller to really get nice shots. So like having speed controls on the game controller, moving up and down on the game controller, and what else do we do? Speed control on the mouse wheel, just some improvements for that. We released just a small update. It maybe is like a half what you guys wanted, which was you asked for like random emotes. There's now a random emote button on the emotes panel. And what else? Some bug fixes. We released the GI Bake stuff.
Settings menu.
So settings menu, escape menu. So trying to make it so you can be more in full screen, making it so you can kind of interact with that better. We have some more improvements coming to that too. And we still, so that's kind of what we've done over the last couple weeks. There's bug fixes and things. So nothing too major. We are working on, we kind of have a few tracks going on the engineering side. So we still have a team that's working on kind of web mobile. So like improving that experience for when people do, live performances and they get the cameras on their mobile phone. That's still ongoing work, and we have more coming there. And then on the engineering side, we have a few different tracks going. So we have improvements to Edit World still. So right now we're working on improvements to the material editor, mostly around being able to. There's 2 kind of main issues that we're trying to fix. So one is the tracking the path better when you update a material texture. So we know a pain point for our studios team internally is that they maybe change a material and they don't know what they changed it to, or they changed one on this one and one on that one. They don't know which one's which. So that's one of them. And the material editor, we're also looking at kind of doing some kind of multi-select from the material editor so that in the edit world, you can, select 10 of the same tree and update the texture all at once. We have another track going, which is a little bit of moderation performance. So we have internal moderation tool we're working on, and we're looking at doing more for script performance. And then we have Reactions V2 is ongoing work. And with that, we're doing a bunch of updates. So one of the updates that's already done is that you can have thumbnails in the edit world now. So in your inventory, you'll be able to have thumbnails. We're going to use those thumbnails when you make V2 reactions. So you can kind of transfer that thumbnail will be what you see in the reactions panel in your scenes. So some interesting stuff there. And work has continued on the sit points. I know we've been saying it for a long time, but I have put a bunch of work in recently, and we should have something. We'll have a video for you. Hold me to this. We'll have a video for you on Monday by like 5 o'clock, let's say, on Monday, and we're trying to get that done as soon as we can. So there's some interesting
Monday?
Stuff this coming Monday, like 4 days from now. We'll have a new video showing some of that stuff, and we will. There's some interesting stuff that comes from it. There's some funny things. We'll probably put it in the video. I don't want to spoil some of the funny stuff that have kind of fallen out from this. But there's some funny stuff, some fun, I think, interesting stuff. And you guys will do more with it than we can think of. But I'm trying to enable some of that. So I'm committing to that I will have a video, and we're getting pretty close. So I've been putting in some work on that. So that's great.
Monday by 5. You heard it here.
Yeah, hold me to that. And let's see what else. I mean, otherwise, yeah. And then the last one is we're getting the Yeah, get your pitchforks ready. You can come to my house. We'll have something for you. We'll have something. And the tipping stuff that we've talked about before, that should be coming out pretty soon. Like I said, a lot of the engineering work on that is done. We're kind of waiting on some art resources, but that's coming along as well. So those are the major engineering efforts right now. There's still a lot going on the mobile front, so that takes some of our engineering resources. But yeah, so is there anything else I missed, Alex?
Yeah, I think the one thing we didn't touch on there was the designs for the new chat and people tools are coming along quite nicely. Just really integrating everything into one panel, so you don't have to jump around between.
There is a volume slider in the design, so that is in the design. The designs are coming, so there is a volume slider in the designs for the new chat panel, individual volume sliders. So so that is in the design. We're not sure when that's gonna, like, we're getting the designs done now. So designs first, and then this chat panel, which I can see and you guys can't right here for me, is gonna get a redesign. Is there anything else?
That's the long and short of it.
Yeah, and then we've been trying to, like, we've talked with some of the users, we've been trying to fix feedback as it comes in. If it's small things, we've been trying to kind of get those updated. We did some fixes for, like the scripted camera stuff, and we're looking at more fixes for the full body IK stuff that we had a conversation with you guys on. And, as we hear minor things, like we heard some stuff about full screen yesterday, about making full screen easier to use with filming, and so we're doing a couple little fixes there. So, like, if you have little things you guys hear about, like, post them and get them up to us, and we'll try and this is a great venue for it. But little things, we're trying to integrate those if there's a little bit of time here and there to kind of make it easy for you guys and make sure you guys are getting fixes and things, improvements that you guys are looking for. So.
This is fantastic. You already answered one of the questions, which was individual volume controls when. So that's great. That being said, let's go ahead and kick off the questions, unless you guys have any other updates. Anything else?
No, go ahead and jump into questions.
All right. Question and answer time. All right. Can we get an invert normal map option in the materials edit window if it's not too difficult? This is from Zero Cheese.
Just flip the colors.
Yeah, inverting the normal map, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, inverting could mean two things. It almost certainly means just flipping the colors, but I guess it could mean flipping it upside down too. But I'm sure it just means flip the colors. I mean, seems like a reasonable request, just like a checkbox or something that says inverted.
Off and on, so.
Okay, can we get that written down, Alex? This is the first I've heard of it. So, inverting the normal map option. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. The next question is also from Zero. Thank you for sending these in advance, Zero. How is the progress of the role system going so that we can add people we choose to a moderators list to help us moderate for events?
Yes. So we do have a new ops back in person, which hopefully starting on Monday. So that should hopefully free up some resources. Back end right now is mostly working on some ticketing work. So I'm hopeful that ticketing work and this roles work might be after that. We're kind of blocked right now on the back end side of it. Like I did some work on the front end side to make it so you could sign roles and stuff, but we're still waiting on the back end to finish that. I don't know if you have any more updates on that, Alex, or not.
Yeah, you kind of alluded to what I was going to say, which is that the ticketing and the role system are somewhat integrated in such that you're basically buying roles via tickets in a certain capacity. So
kind of, yeah, it's kind of that way, but I don't know the exact way that's going to implement it, but yeah, so I'm hoping that'll come along here and we can get those roles set up.
And that being
would
said,
be really good.
Tickets aren't the only way to get roles. It's just the first method of role delivery, basically.
So hopefully that I'll ping Don today and see if that's going to get rolled into that work.
Troll roll. You can make a
Troll
troll roll
roll
for your own world and then sell it.
The troll roll.
To play the troll soul.
Troll soul.
goodness.
Get this boy's soul.
Oh, goodness. All right. Next question. Okay.
Boy, soul or
Okay. Thank you, Wally. Oh, goodness. Next question. This is from Robin. ADE, why aren't you showing the DJ's live VR performance streams in there? Random emote I think this is two different questions.
Yeah.
This first one is this is what we've been working with ADE directly. There may be some really cool stuff in the future, but this is what we're doing for this first iteration, and that's what we can tell you basically. I mean, that's all we really know. So it's some cool stuff. This is the beginning of something really cool. The next one is from Robin as well. Random emotes. It's better to only cycle through the assigned emotes rather than all. I believe there's a bit of feedback.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
I mean,
yeah.
If that's the consensus, it's a super easy change. Like I can make it so it iterates through the assigned ones instead of all. No problem. There's a consensus. There's a consensus. Maybe we can have a little vote. But yeah, if we want to just do the assigned, that's fine too. I can change that in a second. Cool. Yeah, I did make it. Someone here requested that we make the emotes panel more extendy. I did do that, I think. So thank you.
Woo!
I did do that. Yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah, we can do that, can't we?
I don't know if they made the release notes. Actually, it was just a small little change. It's a small little change. I forgot. I may have forgotten in the release notes.
Did that.
But yeah, it is there. This came from that meeting. That fix came from this meeting. So
Awesome.
great. Yeah. Unless anyone has any strong opinions, you can write them in the chat. But I can totally switch it to be random is from the assigned list.
All right. That's great. This is from Terje. Is it possible to have, or is there a possibility to have resize the codex window larger in the down direction? As it is now, you can maximum see half of the upcoming events row. A larger window would be beneficial. Now you always need to scroll a lot to see what you want. Such a change would add to the UI user experience and easy to fix from an engineering point, says Terje.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that came up last time. I didn't get to that one, but yeah, we can make that happen. I can make it so it scrolls down. We didn't want to. There's a problem with it. We can make it so it scrolls so we grow it in different directions. Just when you grow it this way, the image, the marquee is going to get bigger too. So it doesn't really help you. But we can totally make it so it scrolls down. We'll probably keep the default size the same, and then just have it be an option for you and save that whatever you set it to. Just because it's sized right now to fit on smaller resolutions too. Yeah, that's a fix. Let's get that down, Alex. I can probably change that after this meeting. That's a super easy one.
Awesome.
And don't forget you got the events tab at the very top. So if you're just looking to browse a big list of events,
yeah,
click that.
But I know what they're saying, because we have limited real estate. We're trying to make this. You're trying to make it cool, modern looking, like the big marquee event, really highlight events. And yeah, but you lose. There's only so much space on that X size panel. So yeah, making it scroll down I think is a good idea. So let's do that.
Awesome. The next one is from Mijeka. Can we have script emotes versus dance emotes in separate systems? By the way, nice randomizer icon. Didn't think of the dice myself. And also, any further dev of the randomizer, like a row of checkboxes for those that we want included in the randomizer and timing. I guess it's kind of to what Robin said.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can break that question up. I might need to go back to the first part of the question, but on the randomizer front, yeah, I can change a little bit there. I don't know, like checkboxes and stuff, like there's a whole kind of UI, UX element to that. And, I added that little randomizer button. I thought it looked good. It's a good spot for it, I think. But I think we're going to have to we probably have to get some more UX resources just to really make it consistent. I'm just worried about adding a bunch of checkboxes and things onto the panel. And, there's other things you could do too. Like we have the ability to pay upper body versus full body emotes still. And you can use that in the script API. But, and you could.
The way that it works right now, you also get those emotes that you intended for the emote script.
Right. Yes. Yeah. It'd be good if we, instead, and there's almost no reason why in the world that you just have unlimited timed clips for the most part. Like you could have longer animations for your in-world character animations, because the reason we cap the animations right now at 30 seconds is that for a couple reasons is that I didn't want is download time, because you are bringing your emotes with you into the scene, and then other people have to download those emotes when you play them. So there's a delay there because they have to download the emote before you see the emote play, because you don't download every single emote from every single user every time someone joins. When you click it, it's downloaded then. So we kept the emote size small. But if you're in a world where you're downloading stuff from the server when you're entering the world, we should be able to make it so that you can have you know, I don't want to say these super long emote times because there is an animation size. We need to get that down first. But you know what I'm saying? Like you could have a more interesting emote setup, not bounded by the box, not bounded by the other stuff. You know, not bounded by the size of the box. You could have an emote that takes you all the way around the world, kind of thing. So we should probably separate those. It was kind of an easy way to get them in, but we should have like a character animation import in Edit World that's just limited to Edit World animations, but you have both of those available in your drop down for script. And yeah, that would be a good thing to do, I think. So that's a good idea. That sort of, did I answer both the questions there then?
I think so. If there's any other questions, feel free to
Let me
follow
know.
up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And we should remove those restrictions for Edit World only emotes, basically.
I think about the timing thing is it would be nice if the randomizer just could be a thing where you like 5 minutes after you dance another dance, and then you can have all your resources with chatting with people. You don't have to change the dances yourself. You could just
Yeah, maybe we can make a button that's like shuffle, like, you know, when you have like a music app, instead of like at the end of each cycle of the emotes, like when it finishes one loop or something, then it goes on to the next one, or it finishes one loop, you know, it plays through that emote and then goes on to the next one. That's also a possibility if that's something
Thank you
people
for the
want.
sub.
That's pretty straightforward to do. Like checkboxes and stuff is tough, but those two changes where, sorry, it would pick only from your assigned emotes and maybe cycle. If we want those changes as a group, then I can make those changes. Those are pretty straightforward. So let me know if that's kind of I know everyone's going to have different opinions, and I'm probably not going to satisfy everybody. Some people want it this way, some people that way. But if there's, you know, if we think that's going to be for the best, I can make those changes. So let me know. Those are good changes, though. Yeah, having it cycle and then having it. I mean, maybe we just put it like a cycle versus repeat kind of thing. But
my own idea is to make it possible for people to, you know, get away from it so they have time for other stuff and they don't need to touch the things.
pressing keys. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Cool.
Next one
Some
is
good ideas.
Yeah, for sure. This is also on the emotes one. This is from Firegoat. Can we get our emotes and other stuff in inventory in alphabetical order?
Right. Yes. There was an ask for a drop-down selector, so you could like pick recent versus alphabetical. Yeah, I mean that should be doable. It's about finding a place for that drop-down. Again, it's like adding a bunch of things, but I could add a drop-down that's just alphabetical versus recent to the emote panel. That is doable.
All of
Awesome.
these requests are like great in theory. It was just a matter of getting them in the right place in practice that can be the
Right.
challenge sometimes.
So it's not like you open the emote panel. We already got a lot of stuff. We got the reactions. We got things. Yeah. So it's about
You can't
not
just slap another button in there, unfortunately.
yeah, but it's a good idea for sure. So. Okay.
I guess the next question is also from Majeka. Any date for the time zone bug fixes? I'm not sure what this is about the time zone fixes. Do you want to clarify, Majeka?
Yeah, I have since the last update in my list of events, CEST Central European Standard Time has changed to Central Eastern Time. I don't know why. I think it had due to your day savings cycle change or something like that.
That's weird because I don't think we touched anything around that. I mean, it would only certainly be like a web thing. Maybe we can ask Mio, Alex.
Another thing is I can only, when I make an event, I can only get it for 30 minutes. I can't the duration. I don't know why that is.
Okay.
We'll take a look at that for sure.
Let's follow up. Yeah, Alex, can you get that down and let's follow up with Mio?
Yeah, I've got it written down.
All right, cool.
Awesome. The next question we have is from Firegoat. So in the home space, the diagnostics is disabled. Would I be able to get that as a feature to turn on and off diagnostics in my scene?
I see. you don't want people like going to wireframe or something. I mean, possibly.
I could see that being something maybe down the line when we have a role system. You only let certain roles do those types of things.
I mean, I'll let product try and drive that one. Like if we want to make that available, but it's doable. It's just a question of where and when. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can cheat using overdraw. You can do all kinds of stuff with being able to, with all those different shaders that you can use. Yeah.
Next question is also from FireGoat. Are you working on any more script APIs, and when can we see future APIs added?
Yeah. So there is a new script API for the reaction stuff. So that should hopefully be coming soon. That means that you will be able to set reactions, set new reactions from things, and listen for reactions and do stuff when reactions happen. So that is coming. If there's any like small script API things that you guys think would be nice or that you think we could add, let us know. I'm always looking to add new script APIs. That's kind of the biggest one that's on the roadmap right now is the reaction stuff. So that is coming. That does have a script API component to it. So.
All right. Next one is from Ransom. Can we have the old Social Hub world back to visit? Since the one from Primus Questline is depressing and obsolete now. Keep the Nexus as a start world, of course. Unless you guys see anything issue. I think it's already public, if I'm not mistaken, but if it's not, I don't see any reason as to why.
There might be some things we need to pull out, or
we could take a look into it. Yeah.
Sure. It's been a while since I've been there.
We'll keep you posted. We'll take a look into it, though. That's a cool idea. Next one's from Twitch with BT Unit. Please give us the choice for recording a 180 VR movie. This way we can communicate a more immersive movie to YouTube, or at least a way to change the FOV of the camera in Sansar up to 180 degrees.
Trying to think.
Would that be on perf?
Well, I mean, the person doing this probably doesn't care about perf. So, I mean, more stuff, you know what I mean? Like, no, they're not going to be in VR, right? Because they're changing the field of view so they can record a VR movie, right? I thought something like that. But obviously, it's not going to be great on perf, but because you're drawing more stuff. The controlling camera FOV may be possible. I'm not sure what 180 is going to do when you do that. I'm not the rendering guy, but we did do some work in the past for large rendering because for the CES demo years ago, they had like this huge screen. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was like a gigantic screen and we were rendering to that. And so I'm not sure. Maybe field of view as an option in the editor is it possible? I don't know. I don't usually mess with graphic settings that much in games, but do a lot of games have field of view as option?
It depends on the game. Like shooters often do, just so you can see a little bit more around what's over your shoulders and whatnot.
Maybe. I mean, changing field of view possible. I'm not sure what 180 if 180 is possible, but could be like supported by a renderer. But something to look into.
All right. Next one is from Thimble Munch. Could we get a game section in the codex? And could you possibly revisit object parenting with rigid body physics? It doesn't seem to work. With regards to the section in the codex, that's something we could possibly look at, and I'll let the engineers answer the next one.
I mean, it'd be cool to. It should be. I think we just pull that list from somewhere, the list of featured stuff. So we can probably add a category for games. The rigid body stuff. So like the one thing with parenting in the editor is we don't have true parenting right now in edit world. Like you can put stuff into the hierarchies, but those are mostly organizational right now. Like we do want to join things together and have it like, so what you want, I think, is you take this sphere and you parent them together. And now they rotate as one thing with a new center of mass. And I don't think we do that right now, aside from if you import it that way. But you can't like Katamari stuff right now. But something for us to fix, I know. But
I want to build Katamari avatars.
That'd be cool. All right.
Yeah.
The next one we have is from Anu Iman. Is there a way that we can get the ability to cancel an upload so that we don't have to crash the client because the upload is stuck on converting for hours? And also, is there a throttle on uploads?
Maybe we get some clarification. Is this uploading for the edit world, or is this uploading for an item, like a world item?
A world item.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I've hit that too. Like we were trying to import some like CAD stuff, and it just seems to run forever, and you can't do anything. So maybe we can add a cancel. That may be possible. It's a good idea, being able to cancel. It'd be good if we could have some sort of like timeline. I don't know if that's even possible. I can talk to Rome, maybe see if that's even possible to add like a progress bar. But I don't know. I don't know if that's even possible. But yeah, canceling may be possible. Let's write that down. Let's follow up with Rome on that.
Sure. Another one from Manu. Is there a way we can get a multiple UV shader?
Multiple what?
UV shader?
UV.
Multiple UV shader.
So are you putting multiple textures on one thing? Is that what that is?
Anu, do you... Yeah.
You can double stack. You can double stack, triple stack, quadruple stack a UV.
Ah, I see. I don't know. Rendering isn't my thing, so I'd have to look into it. But maybe we can follow up with you. We can ask around. I'm not sure. I'll ask the art team and see what they think. And but yeah, I'm not rendering expert right now, so we'll follow up.
All right. So we're technically out of time. And so I don't know if you guys do you guys want to stay in?
I'll stay and answer questions.
All right.
Let's not, have infinite questions, but definitely anything that's in there now.
Okay.
Just answer those.
All right. Let's go ahead and run down the list. So this is from Loki.
Why? Lightning round, though. I'll go
lightning.
Go fast.
Why can't we preview animations while in Edit World? This is
That'd be
from
great.
Huh? You said
no. So one thing is we don't run. I would like to. It'd be great if we could. It's something we could do. It's going to take a little work on our side because right now, like Edit World and Runtime World are slightly separate. But I want to get more Runtime World into Edit World so you can do things like have physics run potentially and so you can like settle objects on the ground so they don't like start and settle, or you can have animations run so you can preview them, and so you're doing like a big track, you can position it so you can see where the track is going. But we don't have that right now. So
all right.
That's the reason is that Runtime and Edit World are kind of separate. But
next one, this is from Ryko Red. Is it possible to be able to disable the jumping and teleport sound effects? When there's loads of users jumping, it gets pretty annoying.
Yeah, we could also just turn down the default volume of those, I think.
Yeah, we could maybe turn the default volume. It is kind of... yeah, I'm going to be turning the default volume. I did move the jump sound effect into the world audio. So that's before it was not in any slider, but it is now in the world audio slider. So that you can control it that way, but then you're shutting down your whole world audio. So it's not great, but at least that is a possibility now that it wasn't before. But maybe we should just turn on the jump sound.
All right. Next one is also from Ryko. Can we able to be testing your mic in the home area? It's disabled despite the fact that nobody can hear you.
Yeah, it's due to the server not existing in home space, right?
Well, it is due to the server not existing in home space that the sound doesn't work, but we should be able to just do loopback, which is what the testing mic does. It just loops back your own device. So, yeah, I mean, I can look into that. I think when that was put in, we didn't have the home space when that mic check was put in. And so it might be that we can just it might be just a one-liner for me to just turn it on. And then it would work. So if it's disabled now in home space, I can probably turn it on. We'll see. But it should just be a loop back on your own device. So it doesn't actually go to the server. So checking your mic should be possible in the home space. So that's like probably a one-liner. If you want to write that down, Alex.
Next one's from Shooter. Can we get a preview option to see avatar materials before importing it completely, just like the object in Scene Editor, so we don't have to import the same avatar 10 times?
Just like the avatar in Scene.
Kind of like when you're changing materials. Yeah.
Yes. We should do that. Yes, we should put the material editor, being able to right-click on something, do material editor in the character editor for anything that you own. if you own it, you should be able. If you've uploaded it, you should be able to right-click Material Editor and change the material.
Yes.
That would be great. Yes.
All
I'm not sure
right.
when we'll get to that, but I am on board for it.
Next one's from VitaminC. In build mode, when you have an object selected and you want to deselect it, you press escape. The problem is escape doesn't cancel the last select action and is showing the escape menu without canceling the last selected object done in build mode.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's probably something I didn't catch with the latest escape menu
Pitchforks,
stuff.
torches.
Yeah, please. That's my fault entirely. Maybe we should talk about that, like what the best way is. I wanted it to be that you pressed escape and it would just close modals, and then if you, or it did an action and you caught the action, then it wouldn't open the escape menu, but it's a little trickier than I thought it would be. So I kind of just went with a global hotkey, but we may switch deselect to a different button.
Well, in Edit World,
I can turn it off in Edit World.
Yeah, well, in Edit World, I think it just needs a couple more layers to actually do all the things it did in Edit World before it brings up the menu.
Yeah, so we'll try and fix that, or we may switch it to a different key to do deselect, and we'll have to let you know. So, but
all right,
that's my fault.
Next one, Bluebell. I dropped in a bit late. Don't know if this has been asked. Multiple sit points on one objects and a way to select the emote that the sit point has would be nice, like a menu. Also, we need HUDs.
Yeah, we do need HUDs. We do need scriptable HUDs. One thing I need to play around with the new, we should play around with how the emote system works with the sitting. I'm trying to think if you can play an emote while you're sitting and stay seated. Like, I'd like to play a full body emote and stay seated. That way you can, when you do the sit, we'll give you a callback. You play the emote from script, and then that'll switch your sitting position. I think that would be kind of a good workaround and use the systems we have right now to fix that. I mean, we could add like a emote, like an animation to the sit point potentially, and just play that when you sit instead of. Maybe that's a good possibility. Just add an emote so whenever you sit down, it just plays the emote instead of going into the sit state. The sit state used to be special because we would like move the camera around and stuff, but now it might not be as special. So it maybe is a possibility.
Lightning round.
Lightning round.
Yeah, lightning round. Fine. Yes.
Our inventory.
Well, into something like that, maybe. So yeah, like I'm trying to think of it. Like maybe able to get a workaround with script to do it, but having an emote selectable would be nice. So, but maybe there's a workaround we can do in the short term with script.
Awesome.
Multiple sit points would be great. Probably not in the short term, but yes.
Inventory folders.
Inventory folders. Are they on the roadmap? This comes from Nikki.
It's a huge ask.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Multiple set points are already possible if you make components for it. I should make a tutorial and check if it still works.
Okay. You should be able to. It's one sit point per rigid body right now. I think is the way it works. So if you put different rigid bodies, different body components, then you can put different sit points on them. That does work.
Exactly, and with the Gizmo, you can position them in different places.
And then inventory folders, we're waiting on some more backend resources, but it is something we want to do. So, but it's been on the roadmap for a long time now, and we're kind of waiting on backend for a long time now. So hopefully we'll get to that. I'm not sure where it sits in their schedule box, but okay. Lightning round.
All right. Next one's from Mika Raider. This morning I had a few crashes with the client. Is there a log somewhere where I can check what's happening? I did not have these crashes before today.
Oh, okay. Well, let us know what you're doing, but if you send, we can check. We have a bug tracker that sends us a call stack when you crash. So I can look into that. It goes by email. So if you can PM somebody, it's like I crashed. Here's my email address that I use for my account. Here's what I was doing. That'd be really helpful.
Send that to me.
Yes,
That's
please.
Wally. And I can look those up though, so we can look into that. Like that bug fix that I fixed yesterday was the if you were hovering over somebody and then you left the scene, you would crash. That's one of the bug fixes we fixed yesterday. I found that from the bug reports. So
Awesome. All right, next one, VitaminC. Can you guys give the ability to lock an animation while moving without stopping the animation? Example, going into a water volume, which will trigger a swimming emote, which will not be interrupted if the player moves.
Yeah, it's kind of breaks down to like having a world. It kind of goes back to this other question we had earlier, which is like a world emote versus like like an emote. And yeah, that'd be cool if like one thing is that our motion right now, we need to kind of allow scripts to control the motion of the avatar or do something like that, because right now motion is driven by the animation. So the way that motion works is that we extract the motion from the animation and then we like play that back so that the footsteps all match up. And so you get like exact matching when you walk around. But if you're doing something like swim, you need to do it slightly differently, or you need to make it so that you can extract the motion from the swim and play that back on the avatar. So there's some things we can do there, and maybe we can do that if we do separate the emotes from emotes versus in-world animation, like edit world side avatar animation. We can make that a little easier. But
Oh, that would be great. And then the last question we have is from Rijeka. Can we have a snapshot keyboard shortcut for desktop photographers? I like the top level icon, but it still takes too much time to reach in some action situations.
Yeah, you also don't want it if
answer
it's
is- Yeah. The short answer is yes. The long answer is not right now. And the reason is the screenshot tool itself is pretty cumbersome. So having a keyboard shortcut to lock yourself into that probably isn't the best. But as soon as we make that tool easier to use, I'm all on board for shortcuts for it.
Yeah, and I'd be sooner than later, because this is a common problem, is that like we moved to the front, which is great. And I hope it's getting more use. I should check with Mitch on the stats on that if we're getting more use. But yeah, like it's a cumbersome app, and so it's a good tool if you're like trying to take a screenshot for your edit world, whatever, where you're kind of editing it right then, where you're like, oh, I'm taking a screenshot for my front tile of my world, and so I open the screenshot editor when you're doing the thing. It's a good tool for that, but it's not great for in-world stuff, like in the runtime world. Great one for edit world. So yeah, we got to do something there, and it's probably going to be sooner than later. So we'll make sure there's a hotkey for it, especially with the new filming mode. It'd be nice if you could just like click a button on the controller while you're filming. Maybe we'll add that so that like when you're in filming mode and you're using a gamepad, you can just like press B and it will take a screenshot. I think that would be really awesome.
Absolutely.
I think I've talked about it in the past, but I want to move it in the direction more where you're like creating an album of photos as you're in the scene, rather than just stopping to take each individual picture.
Right.
And
like
that way,
click, click, and then at the end you can like look at your select all your, just like you do with a normal digital camera. People don't take a single photo anymore. They take 50 photos and then pick the best one. So
exactly.
Awesome. Well, that is all the questions other than Silas's inventory high space navigator heals, which that's 2020 in a nutshell. Thank you for that, Silas. But yeah, this is the product meetup. Thank you guys so much for showing up. And thank you to the wonderful staff member Wookiees that have been able to come here and answer the questions. All sorts of, oh my. All right, Alex, work it. All right. Thank you guys for coming, and let's go and continue on to party. All right. Say bye, Twitch.